What's up, everybody? You're in tune into the KillaKicks Podcast. I'm your host, Notes 2 and 5, and let's get straight into this segment for this first podcast that I'm doing for 2018. The first topic I want to start off with is the voting system that started last year for Air Max Day. And it was pretty interesting. Last year, out of nowhere, people had the opportunity to vote for an Air Max that they had liked, whatever Air Max they liked the most. And basically, the way that it worked is, whoever had the most votes won. So there's no secret who won. Obviously, Sean Witherspoon won with the Air Max 97. That wasn't the first shoe that I voted for. There was actually other shoes that I voted for. So that was actually my third shoe that I voted for. And, I wasn't disappointed. I really wanted to see the shoe that I voted for come to life, which was the Alexander Hackett. The name of the shoe was called London. And it was a mixture of a lot of Air Maxes. So we have a mixture of the Air Max 1, Air Max 90, the Air Max 180, 93, 95, 97, the Air Max Plus, and the 360. And this shoe kind of has like that whole off-white swag, like with the tongue brought inside out, I just think that they did a little bit too much with the swoosh. But besides that, I love the shoe. The second shoe that I voted for was Moscow. It was the Air Max 97 with the Vapor Max insole. Not the insole, the sole, and the zipper in the middle. And then the third shoe that I voted for was Sean Witherspoon. Now, to me, Sean Witherspoon, it wasn't a fair voting system. And the only reason why I say that is because he had two stores with two kiosks, which anybody, you could have just walked inside the store and not had planned on buying anything. But trust me, there was tapping people on the shoulder. Hey fam, can you do me a favor, man? Can you just go to that kiosk and vote for this shoe, man? Because we really want this shoe to come out for Air Max Day. And boom. So you have the advantage of having two stores, and you have the advantage of social media. So, with everybody else, it's like, it's like I don't know. It's like having the worst team. It's like if you're playing NBA Live or 2K, whatever we are, 2K18, and you got the worst team and you're playing against a fucking all-star, and this motherfucker keep on dunking you all the time and you can't even make a three. It's like that. That was the advantage that he had. He had stores. He already started making a name for himself. He already had the YouTube channel. So, his advantage was just, through the roof. So now moving forward, we have this year's nominees for next year, for 2019 Air Max Day. And this time around, the voting system was way more fair, in my opinion. And there was a lot of more likable shoes, if you ask me. Let's get into some of these shoes. I want to talk about the shoe that I voted for. So the first shoe that I voted for was the Air Max 98 by Kim. There's certain names I don't want to say because I don't want to butcher anybody's name. But the whole concept of the shoe is pretty dope. It's just basically the whole map of the train, the different colors. I love that one. The other shoe that I voted for was the Air Max 97 Neon Soul by Guang Xin, right? I think that's what it is. Another dope shoe. Third shoe that I voted for was the Air Max 97 SH by Cash. That's to represent like the different clouds. Like every time, let me see if I can get like the actual description, because I don't want to make something up. Yeah, so I really can't find the description right now in front of me, but it's basically to represent like the like the different clouds. And then lastly but not least, I voted for Gabrielle Serrano, and this was for the Air Max 98. And that shoe is basically to represent like the different ethnicities in New York that makes that city the way that it is, so you have all different type of nationalities. It's basically a melting pot. And she won, and they basically, the way that they kind of did it was that system that Sean Witherspoon had put down, which is basically you just have so many people come in and vote for the same shoe. So this time around you could have voted for the same shoe about like 5 times a day, every single day, so I liked this voting system better. But one interesting thing that that happened, which this is the reason why I kind of chose this topic, and I kind of want to see like what you guys think about, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all could just comment in the bottom and just give me your feedback on this and how do you feel about this. Sean Witherspoon was at the Nike headquarters, and he started posting pictures of the actual shoe. Wow, man, what a difference does it make? One of the shoes that just blew me away out the waters as soon as I saw it was the Air Max 97 London Summer. Amazing. Like what I saw, which was that Photoshop image, what I saw compared to the actual product was just like two different things. And I think that, for next year, they should have these samples done already. Samples should be done already for when they're doing like these photo shoots. We actually get to see a picture of the actual shoe. And I kind of think that that makes all the difference in the world. Like, and I kind of think like it just gives you a better idea of what it is that you're voting for. Like, for instance, the actual shoe that won, if you actually look at the Photoshop version of that shoe, the gray part that is right above that sole, that part was gray. The sneaker that Sean Witherspoon actually showed, that part was black. So we really don't know the rules in terms of what's set in stone and what's not set in stone. Like, can things change? Can she decide to say, hey, you know what? I don't want to make it this color. I want to make it like all teal, or I want to make it, this color, or this is going to be like a friends and family version. Like this list, there's just so many things that we really don't know what is set in stone, I guess, that's what I want to say. So I kind of think that for next year, we should have like some of these samples done already. One of my favorite shoes, and I don't care what anybody say, was that Air Max 97 by Cash. The whole, you had like 3 pull tabs in the back, which that's kind of dope. And then that whole look, like the sky blue patent leather with the red swoosh and like the different cuts. Like, to me, like that was kind of ill. And I liked it, but to actually see it, it made me like it even more. And another thing that I actually think that will be cool for next year is, there should only be one winner. There should be a first, second, and third. So the way that I'm thinking is, obviously the first, the number one shoe that wins for Air Max Day, and then the other 2 shoes will come out either sometime that year or just sometime in the near future. But I just think that there's too many dope shoes for there to just be one person that gets to win. I think that there should be a first, second, and third place. But besides that, I mean, I really wish that we would have actually got to see the real pictures, because with Photoshop, I mean, it's not, with Photoshop, it's not the same person that's making all the shoes. I mean, I don't think so. So with Photoshop, it's all about how well you can mesh the colors together, how well you can make that product look, So some things look better photoshopped compared to the actual product. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like the Sean Witherspoon because the Photoshop version to me wasn't so appealing. Then actually when the picture started to come out, I'm like, oh shit, like this is dope. This is dope. This is not what I envisioned. So once you start to see like that actual product, like your mindset changes. So you guys let me know, what do you think about that? Do you think that Nike should involve the actual sample of the shoe for next year? And do you think if there should be a first, second, and third place? Because I know for me, I would have wanted more than one shoe out of that list to come out. That voting list that Sean Witherspoon was in, that was trash. I mean, it wasn't really a lot of shoes compared to this one. There was a lot of likable shoes. So just let me know what you think about that. And the next topic, let's get into the next topic. So my last topic is going to be about something that happened this past weekend. So we have the Air Max 1 Parra, not Parra, P-A-Parra. I almost forgot how to spell for a second. Parra. So we had the Parra collaboration, which is long overdue. And people went ape shit, right? I mean, people just went nuts. Something very interesting happened, which is not the first time that happened. I just think it's like one of these things that occasionally it does happen and people don't voice their opinion about it. Voicing your opinion and commenting on something is kind of like two different things, right? So, because we already know with the comments, I mean, hey, if you comment on my YouTube channel, I'm gonna definitely read it. But the reality is, like, you have a comment like on pages like any huge celebrity, you have like 58,000 comments. You're not really voicing your opinion. You're just going along with everybody else. So there's definitely two different things. Solebox had this stupid genius idea. I think to them, they think it's a genius idea to have them wear the shoes outside of the store in order for them not to resell it. Everybody on Instagram was like, oh yeah, dog, that's right. It's crazy what people do for money. And they got like these kids like cleaning the sole. That was kind of funny though. They had like these kids like cleaning the soles and, oh man, like look at these kids, what they'll do for money. And I looked at that and I was like, wow, man, like whatever the hell you want to call it, the sneaker game, the sneaker community, the culture, it's getting real funny. I mean, could you imagine? Because that wouldn't happen at any major retailer. Like, could you imagine like you walking inside like the Gucci store? Hey fam, you bought that shirt, right? Yo, you gotta put that shit on, man. Like before you walk out the store, we gotta make sure that you ain't trying to resell this shirt. Or going in inside a Foot Locker with your family, and right when you're about to, excuse me, sir, are these kids with you? You know that we have a policy where these kids need to put on these shoes before they walk out, because there's this thing called reselling, and we are not for it. And it's like, wow, man, like, reselling is a part of the culture, man. Like what the fuck are you trying to prove as a store? Like what it is that you're trying to, because being for one thing is one thing, but being against something that's happening, it's another. And it's just your opinion. And that's where, if you're a business owner at a store, your personal opinion versus the reality of things that happen, there has to be a separation. And that showed right there was no separation. There was no separation. I'm going to play something for y'all that came out. This was last year. And this was at Complex Con. And this was very interesting. The topic that they was talking about. But I'm gonna let y'all hear it, and then I'm gonna discuss about it a little bit more.
What do you think about this, hearing everything that Rax has just been saying?
I just don't have that much of a soreness in my heart for the kid that has to pay more for something that they want. You know, coming up, we did whatever we could to get in that pair of Jordans that we wanted, or to find the things that we wanted. And for us, like, yeah, we're in this to make the best pair of track pants that we can possibly make. And I love to see kids wearing it and enjoying it, but you can only do so much from this side. Once it hits the market, it kind of is what it is, and you have to not really be attached to that after part of the transaction.
One element we didn't touch on, which I think is, my kids kind of put me onto, which is like a lot of these kids, this is an investment. It's like buying a Rollie. It's going to get better.
Definitely.
Right? So it's the same thing. So they're buying one to sell it, to then go get something else that they want. So it's an investment, which I think is kind of dope.
I'm not going to knock anybody that's doing what they need to do. I don't think anybody should. I mean, we joke at the shop. It's kind of like people used to collect baseball cards when I was a kid. It's a fucking piece of paper with an athlete's name on it. And, the Honus Wagner joint went for like 400-something K. So if a kid's going to now collect clothing instead, there's really no difference to me. That's up to them how they want to play it.
We understand that reselling is always going to be a thing, because it doesn't only apply to streetwear, it applies to everything. You could sell tickets, you could sell small goods, anything you want. So, we do listen to what resellers have to say, but we don't necessarily follow it. It just gives us insight of what people like, what they want more of or less of. Like, we like seeing that.
You basically heard Joe Lorenzo, right? The owner, the designer of Fear of God, say, I don't have a soreness of my heart for kids that got to do whatever the fuck they got to do to get the product. So you got to, listen, what he really wanted to say, because the guy's Christian, you know what I'm saying? He don't want to curse, all this other bullshit. But what he wanted to say was like, listen, kid, if you can't get it straight from the fucking store or from the website when it drops, I can't help you. You just heard Dion Point, owner of Concepts. Yeah, I get it. Like, so this reselling thing, it is a part of the culture. Now you look at sites like StockX. You look at the numbers, it's a part of the culture. I always see a lot of people in the comment section, and not only in the comment, I mean, this has been going on for years. Why don't y'all just make more pairs, man? Just make more pairs, man. I'm gonna tell you something. The issue with that, and let's be honest, you motherfuckers ain't loyal. It's the wanting something that you can't have. That's basically what it boils down to. The wanting something that you can't have. And you know what was the number one brand that was the prime example of what I'm talking about? It's Jordan brand. Remember? Oh, come on, yo. I just don't understand why they just can't make more of these pairs. What the fuck, man? I want these bread 4s, man. What the fuck, man? And Jordan Brand was like, you know what? Cool. I'm going to make a lot of pairs. A lot of pairs. And what happened? Man, fuck Jordans, man. Jordans is dead. Jordans is done. Nobody fucking no more with Jordan. Y'all demanded that brand to make more pairs to just turn your back and say, man, that shit ain't cool anymore? Yeezys. I mean, Yeezys is having a decline, a huge decline on these streets. The second he said, which he said it, I mean, a long time ago, he like, I don't want to play the sneaker politics. I want to make pairs for everybody. Once those zebras started restocking, once those 3.0 belugas started restocking and all these other shoes, that shit just went down the drain. People are fucking sick of Yeezys. Yeezys don't have the same effect now that it did 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. No. So we know that these companies are not going to make a lot of pairs. So what is it that you're trying to prove? Are you trying to hide something? Are you trying to, because one thing that Dion said, which I like that he said, that he was like, I mean, you got to sort to hooking up people back like the old days, hooking them up on the side. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I mean, you know, make yourself known at these boutique shops. Shop at these boutique stores not only when drops come out, but on a regular basis, like just like regular stuff that they have like sitting around. They'll notice it, they'll appreciate it. Hey, you know, like, what's your name, man? Like the next time something hot comes out, I got you, man. And that's how you start to finesse, and that's how you start building a relationship. And I've always liked that system. I don't think that anybody should just, like, you should like literally like be shopping at that store all the time, not only when there's a drop that's about to come out, but you should be supporting that store all the time. So are you guys trying to hide something? Did you guys get more pairs than y'all actually did release to the public? And y'all want to make it seem like, hey, you know what? Let's cover our shit up by making these kids walk out with the shoes on. Yeah, man. Just to make it seem that we're not for resellers. Yeah. I mean, you know, what it is that you're trying to prove, man. Like, it's a sad thing, man. You know, this whole thing is just getting kind of weird. And I'm gonna just end it at that, man. Definitely comment. Let me know what's your opinion on that. And thanks for rocking with me, man. I'm definitely going to be dropping some more podcast episodes. I've definitely been MIA for 3 years. A lot of stuff been happening. I think the first year that I took off, man, it was just like kind of crazy. Like, it started off, you know, as a break. And then it was just like shit got real, man. Like, you know, I just started dealing with like a lot of personal things, like such as anxiety and, you know, small amounts of depression. So that was a lot to deal with. And it's not just me, it's me and my wife. So, you know, that definitely took a toll. Then the following year, my wife got pregnant, and we definitely planned that. And then my baby was born December 9th. So I don't live in that apartment that everybody is so used to seeing on all those sneaker review channels. I have my own house, and I'm still sorting through a lot of stuff. I will be doing sneaker reviews pretty soon, but not anytime soon. So, I mean, thank you for rocking with me, man. I've had people hitting me up like, yo, when are we going to get something from KillaKicks? You know, and I definitely appreciate that, man. So definitely hit the like button if you like it. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. You know, curse me out if you want, man. Fuck that. Yo, fuck you, man. You don't know shit about the fucking culture. Yeah, I mean, do what you like, but definitely subscribe. That way you could be alert when these new podcasts do drop. I'm even planning on doing a weekly Supreme podcast episode to just talk about the drops. Supreme is something that I've been into since 2010, so there's definitely a lot to talk about there. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I hope, man, that you enjoyed this, man. Till next time, peace out, everybody.